You have been fighting for the voiceless in Pennsylvania for many years, and today I'm so proud to welcome Senator Leach.
I'm not saying I'm necessarily opposed to attention and career advancement. It's just not the only thing, right? This has been quite a journey. When we started this journey, we had maybe 3 or 4 votes. It was considered just a crazy pipe dream of an idea. People said, this is Pennsylvania. We never move forward legislation for social progress. It's a very difficult thing to do in Pennsylvania historically. But I worked at it, and I had a great partner who joined us, and Senator Fulmer, who made this a bipartisan, bi-ideological, bi-sanity proposition. We did something that almost never happens in the Pennsylvania Senate. We changed people's minds. At the end of the day, we passed this with 43 votes. We don't name bridges with 43 votes in the Pennsylvania Senate, but we passed this. Why? Because the science and because the personal stories were so compelling. How can you be a person standing between sick children and their medicine? How can you be a person standing between veterans who've served our country and have post-traumatic stress disorder and their medicine that will make them better? How can you stand between a cancer patient who is struggling to stay on their chemotherapy in order to give themselves a chance of staying alive and the medicine that will enable them to do that? It is just, it boggles the mind. Now we passed it 43-7 in the Senate. We had a press conference with Governor Wolf. Governor Wolf said, I will sign this bill. They said, will you sign, which version will you sign? Governor Wolf said, I will sign whatever version Dalen sends to me. And I said, whoa, do not say that. He'll learn. But, so now we have the House, and we have the votes in the House. We know that, okay? We have fine people in the House like Representative Regan and others who've been pushing this, okay? But we have some impediments in the House as well. And frankly, while this has been a great journey, even great journeys, even great vacations, even great trips, at a certain point become too long. This has been too long. It's time, it's enough. We now need to bring this to a conclusion. So the House appointed a commission, which came up with some recommendations. As I understand it, the commission's recommendations now go to a committee, which will review those recommendations and send it to a task force, which will then send it to a ska band, which will write a song about it. And then to a Middle Eastern restaurant, which will make hummus and discuss it. But eventually, we've got to stop this and move on. You know, this is not rocket science. There are 2 other states that have laws. We have a law, Senate Bill 3, which has been called by many people among the best in the nation. We could sit down for 2 hours and resolve this, come up with a bill that passes the House, a bill that the Senate can just concur in, send it to the governor's desk, and get this done. Because that's what we need to do. And just very briefly, we need a bill that gives enough conditions to help the people who need it, to have a system to add more conditions as the science supports it, and that has a business model that allows the business to flourish in Pennsylvania. Because if you don't have dispensaries that can make a profit, if you don't have growers that make a profit, you're not going to have patients who can get the medicine that they need. People who hear me speak a lot know I am all about free market capitalism, okay? So that's what we need to do. We need to have a free market capitalist system that, I just got my steps, that gives everybody the opportunity to have a decent business model. Because every day, and I'll conclude with this, and this is something we have to remember, every day that we don't pass this bill, literally every day, is a day of needless suffering for people or sick people in Pennsylvania. That is wrong. It is time to move this forward. I ask the people in the House to move this bill forward as if it were your child. Or your father, or your sister, or your wife who needed this medicine. If you think that way, we will see progress. And we will sit here one day very soon at a signing ceremony with the governor and bring Pennsylvania into the 21st century and give people the medicine they need. Thank you so much.